In this episode, we're going to look at the Astrolux C8 tactical flashlight. Got this one from Banggood. This is a very high power, very concentrated beam, and it's the longest reach of all the flashlights I've tested in this go-around. Let's check this one out. This is a large tactical light with a very good throw. Let's take a closer look at this unit. The Astrolux C8 is also, like the other flashlights that I've tested, a solid aluminum body. It's sealed up with O-rings, and it comes with replacement O-rings in the box. They're in with the carry strap. It even comes with a clip, so you can put it on your pocket. It comes with a pocket clip here, so you can clip the thing into a pocket. Solid chunk of aluminum, fully watertight. Runs off an 18650 rechargeable lithium battery. This came out of a power bank. One of these cheap $4 power banks is what I've used to get the cell. So we're going to check this out in the shop here. I'm going to point it at the wall. We'll take a look at the brightness of it. Of course, that doesn't give you the full capabilities of this unit. Look at that reflector. Isn't that beautiful? It's highly polished, as you can see. This one's really quite directional. It has quite a narrow beam, and it throws the light exceptionally well, which we will see in the upcoming test where I took the unit out to a park at about 11 o'clock at night and lit up the whole park. And as I was shooting the video, I actually had bystanders that were out walking their dogs late at night stop by and watch, and they were all in awe as to how well this thing threw the beam. You really have to see this to appreciate it, but it's just amazing how well this thing throws the beam. Let's take a look at it on the wall here, and then I'm going to run a discharge test. This battery is fully charged, and we're going to time it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of these on at the same time, and we'll see which one goes dead the quickest, and we'll time it, and I'll have a shot of my time clock on the screen so we can actually look at the discharge of this one at the same time as the other, and we'll time them both. But let's take a look at this one on the wall and see how sharp the beam is. Okay, like all of them, the power button starts out dim. As you can see, this one's got a little tighter beam still. If I look at my little chart there. And as I cycle through the power, there's 7 power settings, so that's number 1. If I just lightly tap the power button, it'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. As you can see, the beam it's got quite a wide beam, but the focused area is quite sharp. So this one, as you can tell, is going to throw the light a long distance, and it does, as you'll see shortly, as to how far this thing actually threw the beam. It is just incredible, the throw on this unit here. Other modes of operation are when you first turn the light on. If you click it a second time, it'll go to full brightness. A third time, right here. Third click is a fast strobe, which is good for cyclists to get attention of drivers. Fourth click is an SOS. Fifth click is, again, a light with a strobe, and then back to the 7 settings. Okay, that's about all I can demonstrate here in the shop. We're going to do a discharge test now on this. Oh, I'll show it to you, compare it to the other flashlight as well. So let me just, we'll grab all of them here. The BLF that I looked at in the first video, the special edition, and the other, what is it, the C, or the S2. So we can look at the 3 beams for the 3 different flashlights here. So here, for comparison, I'll turn them all on. I'll turn them all on bright. This is the special edition. You can see how wide the beam is on that one. Followed by the S2, which will be the next one I'll show you. So this one is this is the S2. And you can see the beam width here, followed by this one here, which is the C8. So there's the S2, and there's the C8. So you can see the difference in the beam width. Right? This one's got more throw around the light itself. So it's got a wider beam than this one. This one's got a much more focused beam, as you can see. There's the other one, and the first one was that one. So I'm going to turn these on right at 740, and we're going to let them run until they go dead. Okay, let these things run, and we'll monitor this, and we'll see how long it goes for. Coming up on 39 minutes now. Okay, I just saw one of these change brightness. So let's just see if it'll kick back up. It does. But when the batteries start to deplete, they'll start to go to a lower brightness level. So 43 minutes in, I've still got full brightness on these things. They are warm, not too hot, but they are certainly warm to the touch. We're now at, what, 45 minutes? I think the batteries are probably almost ready to give up here, although we're still getting good brightness out of these things. They're still extremely bright. But the batteries themselves must be getting close to shutting down here. Okay, looks like the lights are starting to dim down now. So see if they'll kick back up to a brighter level. Yeah, they'll still kick up. But they're certainly not as bright as they were. So I think we can call it now 45 minutes. 46 minutes is the runtime on these batteries as they are starting to get dimmer. But I think it's fairly safe to say 45 minutes continuous runtime on maximum brightness, and of course considerably longer if you turn the brightness down on them. But we're now at 47 minutes. And I ran them for a few minutes before starting the test, so yeah, I would say 45 to 50 minutes is going to be your runtime on these things. As you can see, this one's starting to drop off now. But if I hit the button, it'll still kick it up bright again. But I think the voltage is starting to fall on the batteries. So the batteries are now discharged, so 47 minutes in, and we've still got light, but we're starting to lose the batteries. Yep. See, it won't go to full brightness anymore. So there you go. That's runtime, 45 minutes, which is right in line with what the other one was. The other one ran for about 45 minutes too before it started to get dim. This one here that we tested on the previous video. There, this one's going right down. You can see now. Oh, it's shutting right down. So you're watching it now live. 48 minutes. Because I started it right at 48 minutes ago, right at the 0. So this one's going down. I'll turn it up again, and as the voltage falls, it'll dim. There it goes, you see? The brightness is starting to go. So it's switching down power levels automatically. To save the battery, and it's gone right down to the lowest power setting. So call it 48 minutes. This one's still performing a little while longer, but this one did switch down to low power there a few times, because this one switches down to a lower power after 10 minutes. So we're gonna call it a tie between the two of them. 48 minutes. Actually, well, we'll call it 50 minutes because I ran them for a couple minutes before. Let's take a look at the nighttime footage. Okay, as you can see, it's completely pitch black. I have my original little tactical light here, which does pretty much nothing. Okay, I'm shooting into a park here. This is my original light, which as you can see is pretty lame. And as you can see, the throw on this thing is pretty incredible. I think that's full power. This one has a much wider beam than the other, so it covers a much bigger area. If I pan the camera down, you'll see that it's got a much wider beam, covers more area. It's got a hot spot in the middle, but it covers a much wider beam. Now by comparison, if we compare it to the other one, so now we've got both of them here. Here's one. You can see how wide the beam is. And here's the other one. The other one's more concentrated. This is the small one, but it's a little brighter in the center of the field. We look down range. Here's number 2. And here's the small one. So this is the small one. And here's the other one. As you can see, it has a more focused beam in the middle. Now the third one really kicks out a beam. It's a very concentrated beam, as you can see, all the way down into the water. Again, it's got a good wide beam. If I pan the camera down a little more lower, you can see it's got a good wide beam, but it has very good throw. So here's one last shot from this angle. This is the BLF Special Edition. Followed by the Astrolux S2. As you can see, the tighter beam on this one. Followed by the Astrolux C8. Here again is the BLF A6, followed by the Astrolux S2, same shot. And this one here is the Astrolux C8. The bench is very clearly visible. 2, the bench is barely visible. This is the medium power light. And 1, you don't even see it. So there's the difference. Okay, I'm in a different location of the park now. We're going to show the 3 lights again. So this is number 1. I'm just going to show this in a relatively wide area here. So as you can see, flashlight number 1 is doing a pretty good job here. So it's going to throw further. but it's also going to throw a much more narrow beam, but a much brighter beam. So I'm looking down the park here. I can see much further out with number 3. We'll do the same for the other 2 again. Same shot. Number 1. Flashlight number 2. And flashlight number 3. As you can see, all 3 tactical lights, even though they have similar lumen specifications due to the composition of the lens and the reflector, they have 3 different throw patterns. So pick the one that will suit your needs the best. The small special edition is great for general purpose lighting because it gives you a rather large beam. Both the S2 and the C8 Astrolux are more specialized for seeing the distance, but boy do they perform. That C8, I tell you, I can see all the way to the other end of the park. It's just amazing, and it's actually better in real life than comes off on camera. Anyway, thanks for watching.